Hey guys, welcome to the video. My name is Amanda and I am a third year vet student, and in today's video I'm bringing you along and showing you exactly how I prepare for a new semester of vet school. I have been in university for 6 years now, 2 of those years being vet school, and at this point I have perfected my back to school routine. I've narrowed it down to 5 easy steps that I do every single year before I go back to school, and I honestly feel like by doing these 5 steps, I am so much more productive and so much more prepared for the upcoming school year. Now, I am the type of person that tends to get a lot of stress from school and can become overwhelmed pretty easily, so I have found over the years that the more that I prepare and the more that I plan out my upcoming school year, the less overwhelmed I am when the new school year starts. So third year of vet school starts in less than a week, and I'm bringing you guys along today as I prepare for the upcoming semester and as I organize my life and get back on track so that I am ready to tackle third year. Before we start my back to school routine, if you guys want to follow along on my vet school journey and see more videos about vet school and what everyday life is like as a vet student, make sure you subscribe down below and check out some of the other videos on my channel. And as always, if you guys have any questions about vet school or the application process, feel free to leave them down below, or you can always send me a DM on Instagram and I would be happy to chat. So with that being said, let's jump right into step number 1 of my back to school routine, and that is creating an office or a workspace that I feel productive in. I recently moved into a new place and I was so excited because it meant I could renovate or create an office space that I really enjoyed being in. And you guys are getting a little sneak peek of it behind me, but before I get into the office and desk transformation, I want to tell you why I think it's so important to have a space that you want to be in, especially when you're studying in vet school. In any professional program, but especially in vet school, you are going to be spending a ton of hours sitting on a computer or studying at your desk. And because of that, you want to be working in a space where you feel productive and where you enjoy being. That's why for me, it is so important to create a desk space that I feel happy in and that I feel productive in, because I know I am going to be spending more time in this little corner of my living space than probably any other place in my apartment. On top of that, I am just the type of person that when things around me are cluttered, I don't feel motivated, I don't feel productive. So having a space that makes me want to work and makes me want to be in allows me to be even more productive when it comes to studying for things in vet school. So I'm so excited to show you what I did with this little room. It acts as like a filming room as well as an office for me, and I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out. So I filmed the entire process and I'm gonna go ahead and throw it back to past Amanda so that you guys can see the entire office transformation. Hey guys, I just got back from IKEA and I picked up some of the stuff for the office. So I got a couple shelves and I got a little bit of decor stuff, but I'm super excited to finally have stuff to start renovating the office. I've been working in it like this for almost a month now and it is a disaster, so I'm excited to finally get the transformation started. I don't think the shelves are gonna get hung up today, but I'm gonna start planning out what I want for it. So let me show you what the office looks like right now. Okay, so this is the before space. As you can tell, it's kind of a disaster. We've got the desk over there and the desk over here, and I'm thinking I'm gonna do a shelf on this wall and then a shelf on this wall, and then redo everything on here. And then we'll do like a little workspace over here maybe with like a whiteboard, and then I've got all these pictures. So that's kind of the plan right now. That's the before. Hello, it's been a couple days since my last update. My dad was actually here yesterday and he helped me put up these shelves in the corner, so I'm super excited. This room is an absolute disaster. Like, I have everything here and there's a bunch of stuff on the floor. So the plan for today is to hang up the whiteboard over there and then to start decorating the desk and the shelves and hopefully get things completely ready so I can start using my desk when school starts. So I'm gonna insert a little montage of all of the stuff that I do today, and then once everything's done, I'll give you an overview of what the basically completed office looks like. Enjoy the montage.
Been waking up feeling low. You're on my mind like all of the time, but you're so despicable. Been seeing what you've been sharing online, and I miss your good parts. Then remember that you were a thorn in my side. I know I'll be fine if you stay on your side of town. No,
So there you have it. I'm honestly so happy with how it turned out, and this is genuinely my favorite room in the entire apartment. I love spending time in here, and I can't wait to basically live in this room once vet school starts. But honestly, I don't even think I'll mind because it's just so cute and it makes me feel happy being in this room, which is what I need when I'm gonna be spending so much time in this little area. So now that I've completed step 1 of my back to school routine, let's move on to step number 2. The second thing I like to do preparing for a new semester of school is give my entire living space a deep clean. Now, like I said, I just moved into a new apartment, so it was literally just cleaned and we've been putting things away for the past couple weeks, so I don't really have much to do, so I'm not going to include it in this video. But the reason this is one of the things I do to prepare for a new semester of school is because vet school is crazy. It is basically a downward spiral from the first day of school, and I'll be honest, cleaning is probably at the bottom of my to-do list once I'm in the thick of midterms and I've got classes for 9 hours a day. So I like to start off on a good foot and make sure everything is clean and tidy when I start the school year, because I know my life is just gonna get insane once classes start. So that is step number 2 when it comes to preparing for back to school. Okay, moving on to step number 3 of my back to school routine, and that is to go through all of my content from the previous school year and delete things that I know I'm never gonna look at again and save the things that I wanna use going forward. Welcome to my newly renovated desk. So it's time to go through all of my content from second year and get rid of the stuff that I know I'm not going to use. And you might be asking yourself, Amanda, didn't you finish second year like 3 months ago? And yes, I did. The reason why I wait until a new semester to go through all of the content from the previous year is because by the time I am done with exams, I hate vet school. And I know if I go through all of my notes and my lectures at that point, I will want to delete everything because I never want to look at it again. Also, at that point, I am just so burnt out that I don't feel like going through a bunch of vet school stuff. So I just leave it until I'm going through my back to school routine. Now, I'll be completely honest, I don't keep a bunch of stuff from the previous year of school because if I'm being honest, I will probably never look at it again. All of the important stuff that I learned in my second year, I can look up if I really need to know it in future years. And if we're being real, when I mean go look it up, I'm probably not going to go back through my own lecture notes. I'm probably going to Google it. So I try not to keep a ton of stuff, especially if I know it's probably never going to get looked at again. However, the stuff that I do decide to keep, I will transfer from my laptop or my iPad onto a hard drive so that I have it for easy access in the future if I ever do need it. I currently have a 4 terabyte hard drive and I have content from university and my first 2 years of vet school and still have plenty of room on it. So I'll go ahead and make a separate folder for second year of vet school, and I'll throw all of the lectures or the study guides that I made in there that I want to keep into that folder, and then yeah, I'll probably never look at it again, but it's there if I need it. I don't know if I mentioned this, but I do all of my note taking on GoodNotes on my iPad, and on GoodNotes it's super easy to export documents and send them to my computer so that I can put them on the hard drive. You can either export individual lecture notes or study guides, or you can export an entire folder and send it to your computer, and that's typically what I do. I'll just export everything off of GoodNotes onto my computer and then go through it on there. So definitely another reason why I recommend GoodNotes. It's just so easy to go through the stuff after you're done using it. Okay, I've officially gone through all of the content from my second year and added it all to the hard drive. So now that my iPad and my laptop are cleared out and I have a bunch of room for the new semester, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna set up both of those devices for the upcoming year. Okay, remember how I said I like to plan and I like to be organized? Well, my school doesn't actually release our class schedule until the very first day of school, so I can't actually plan out my classes or my schedule until then, which I love. However, I'm gonna be vlogging my first day of third year, so I will go over how I do that in that video. So keep an eye out for that, but I'm gonna go ahead and do what I can to set up my laptop as well as my iPad for the upcoming semester. I am gonna start with my laptop because that typically takes less time for me to set up than my iPad. And basically the only thing that I do for my laptop is I will change up the home screen and I will make folders on my desktop for each one of my classes. I also like to go in and make cute little desktop icons for each one of my folders, and the only reason for that is because I'm extra and it's cute. So there's really no purpose for it. So that is basically the only thing that I do for my desktop. Now moving on to how I arrange my iPad. The two things that I like to do on my iPad are set up my GoodNotes folders. So I'll basically do the exact same thing that I did for my desktop, and I'll just make folders in GoodNotes for each one of my classes. And then the other thing that I set up is my Notion dashboard, as well as my Notion templates for the upcoming school year. I won't go into that in this video if you're not even planning on using Notion, because it can be a little bit overwhelming, but if you guys want a more in-depth look at my Notion dashboard and how I specifically use Notion for vet school, definitely let me know and I can film a full video on that. So that completes step number 4 of my back to school routine. My laptop and my iPad are now basically all set up for the new semester. The only thing I have to go do is add all of my due dates in, as well as my class schedule once that becomes available, which is the first day of school, unfortunately. But other than that, everything is fully set up and ready to go. Now it is time to move on to step number 5 of my back to school routine, and that is setting goals for the upcoming year. In the past couple years, I've sat down and set some goals for myself for the upcoming school year, and I honestly feel like it helps me stay on track when life gets super busy in vet school. I always try to set a couple goals that are related to school and then a couple goals that are just related to my everyday life. Having these goals in writing really allows me to come back when things get really stressful and remind myself of what's important. One of the goals that I set for myself last year that I am definitely going to continue into this year was to take breaks every single week in vet school. In my second year, I made a point of taking every Friday night and Saturday off, and it honestly kept me going throughout the year, and taking those breaks left me recharged and more productive when I actually sat down to study. So this is definitely something that I'm going to be carrying over into my third year of vet school. On top of the goals that I'm setting for myself that revolve around school, I'm also going to set some personal goals for myself. Literally last night, I found an app called Habit, and it's basically a habit tracker that you can download on your phone, and you can customize some of the things that you want to keep up with either on a daily basis or a weekly basis. And one of my goals for the upcoming year is to stick to this habit tracker and really take time for myself, even when vet school gets super crazy. Some of the habits that I want to stay on top of are super simple, like drinking water every day or making sure I get up and move my body. But I think by using this app, I'll actually be motivated to get those things done every single day and not let vet school take over my life. I think it's super important to have a balance between vet school and your everyday life. So I think it's also really important to set goals in both of those areas. So there you have it. Those are the 5 steps that I take every single year to prepare for a new semester of school. I'm honestly really excited to start my third year, and I'm even more excited to bring you guys along on the journey. So definitely make sure you subscribe down below if you want to see all the things I get up to in this upcoming year. I hope you guys got something out of this video and maybe got some tips on how to prepare for an upcoming school year. Whether you are starting vet school or going into university or high school, I honestly think the more prepared you can be, the better. So with that being said, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!